A dramatic development has emerged as General Senona excused himself from the Madlanga Commission to attend the ad hoc committee hearing, where Vusimuzi Cat Matlala is expected to give crucial evidence. The purpose of General Senona's attendance is to listen to Matlala's testimony and determine whether it corroborates the account of the alleged meeting that reportedly took place at the Pearls. Before we dive into the video, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and turn on notifications so you never miss any updates.
Me and him had in Paris in Devon. And for me, I was shocked to say this is a person who was snitching to his own people, but he's the one who's introducing the meeting. So I found it interesting. But because I don't communicate with Cat, I then communicate with the person that brought Cat to me. I phoned Senona. Senona didn't answer the phone. I called again, he didn't answer the phone. I then called Jared Kumar, because remember, Jared Kumar knows about this. I phoned Jared Kumar and said, hey, I'm trying to reach Senona because I'm told Cat is talking about the meeting we had, although he's twisting what the purpose of the meeting was, but he's talking about the meeting that we had. And Kumar then says to me, he just laughed it off. He said, you know what? I don't think Senona is going to answer because Senona is scheduled and then he was going to get caught. I don't know how he came to know. Maybe the media that communicated it. Senona is scheduled to appear before the Madlanga Commission on the same day that Cat Matlala is supposed to appear before this committee. So which means the two of them will have most likely spoken against each other if both of them were in these two committees simultaneously. So Senona might have thought, let me excuse myself at the Madlanga Commission so I can listen to this one. So he was excused at Madlanga Commission. That's why he did not present last year. He only went there this year. So when I call him, he's not answering. Then Kumalo says perhaps he's not answering because he knows what his friend is talking about in prison. So then I thought, okay, if they're going to try and make up the story, let me write something to him so that he can be on record. I wrote him a WhatsApp message. And I told him about how he used to tell me about Cat, how he knows Cat, how he facilitated the meeting, what was discussed in the meeting, how he exposed his syndicates that he operates with, including Jarosbia, in that meeting. But then I closed my message by saying, I'm still going to go to the auto committee and I'm going to come and present this thing on record. I left him like that. Today, Senona, who's my colleague, who works in the same building with me, who talks to me anytime he wants to, has never called me, has never walked into my office, has never confronted me about that call and the message I sent him. Until in January, when it was a week or two before he goes to the Madlanga Commission.
And then his lawyers, and this letter is in the exhibit bundle. There's a letter that
This move has sparked intense public interest, as many believe Matlala's testimony could either strengthen or contradict previous evidence presented before the commission. If the accounts align, it could have significant implications for the ongoing investigations and the individuals linked to the alleged meeting. Stay tuned as we continue to bring you the latest updates on this developing story.
To the percentage, but what I can talk about all wheelchair members that I've said before, we have three categories of employees in the organization. We have the hard-working ones that are straight to the point and they're fighting crime. We have the corrupt one in the opposite that are participating in the wrong. And we have the missing middle who don't want to act and just turn a blind eye on what is happening, the lazy ones. So some of them are influenced by fear and for them not to act. So if you fail to act where you're supposed to act as a police officer, you're as good as a bad one. So those are categories of employees we have. I don't have the figures. I cannot talk about percentages, 90% and so forth. But by and large, the biggest problem of wrong that is done by the South African Police Service in the country, you'll find it in all provinces, but mainly we'll find it in Gauteng. And mainly you'll find it in the borders. The border police, good percentage of the members working there, they're not good. A big percentage, I won't put the number. In Gauteng province, majority of the members that are working there are not necessarily doing good things. But I'm the one that came here and said, 2 junior members, sergeants, they started this chaos, if we call it a chaos, but they uncovered these problems that we've been talking about in Gauteng. Those are the 2 members that invited Jared Khumalo to join them and his team. It's those two members that led into other detectives and other members to join them. Those two members that led me in KZN to become involved. Unfortunately, they are still sergeants. Despite all that, they are still remain sergeants. They are still not sleeping at home. They are in Gauteng. So we can't say the entire Gauteng is bad. And we can't say the entire Gauteng is good. We must accept that we have quite a lot of bad apples amongst us.
Yeah, General Masemola yesterday described it as perhaps as an exaggeration, but he also said that as far as he was concerned, most of the police officers are honest and hardworking. But he also added another category, the missing middle.
I gave you three categories. Not all of them are hardworking.
Yeah.
A good percentage, yes, but there's also a good percentage not. So to what percentage it is between the two, I cannot tell. But I know, and I'm going to demonstrate here in these next few hours about the connections that Mr. Adams has that led into him finding himself in prison in KZN to come and give you a statement from an arrested person. It's a testimony that's coming. That's a bad thing in KZN.
Yeah. Now, if we can just go to the briefing of the 6th of July, and you've got the memorandum which we also made available to the committee. During the press briefing, you made these allegations: an organized crime syndicate, drug cartel is infiltrating the criminal justice system. Is that still your view?
That is correct, Honorable Chair.
Then you say the incident that triggered the disbandment of the PKTT was the arrest of Mr. Katiso Molefe on the 6th of December, who is believed to be one of the members of the syndicate. Is that still your view?
That's correct.
Senior members of the security cluster who are associated with the crime syndicate issued instructions without the authority of the National Commissioner for the removal of case dockets. That's a reference to General Sabia, is it?
That's correct.
A potentially corrupt relationship existed between an alleged associate of the Minister of Police, named as Mr. Brown Mkhwanazi, and the Minister of Police, Mr. Mkhwanazi. Is that still your view?
That is correct.
A potentially corrupt relationship existed between Mr. Vusumuzi Matlala, who was awarded a police healthcare contract of over 360 million rand in 2024, Brown Mkhwanazi and Minister Mkhwanazi. Is that still your view?
That is correct.
That a member of parliament used potentially classified information that was passed from crime intelligence officials to register cases against crime intelligence officials. This member also sent communication to the Minister of Police and requested him to refer the matter to an independent investigative body to investigate these matters. Is that a reference to Honorable Adams?
That's correct.
And the reference to the independent, that's a reference to the matter ending up with IDEC that then resulted in the arrest of Lieutenant General Khumalo.
That is correct.
Then you also say unnamed prosecutors in Gauteng are part of a crime syndicate, which also involves politicians, law enforcement, that includes SAPS, Metro Police and Correctional Services, judiciary, and is controlled by drug cartel as well as business people.
That's
That's
correct.
still your view.
Yes.
These unnamed prosecutors, are they unnamed because of classified information that you have, or are they unnamed because you don't know who they are? Either you've been told who they are or you suspect who they are, but can you not share it with us?
Well, it is known who they are, some of them, but we cannot share because this investigation is conducted.
Does the same apply to politicians?
Yeah, well, we've named some politicians that are part of this, that are enabling it. When I mention the role of politicians, and maybe, I don't know if you want me to qualify this in some instance. Honorable Chair and members, I had spoken about Honorable Adams. I spoken about Honorable Kolapanat, amongst others, that are politician, Minister Mkhwanazi. But I must indicate that our leaders of society, which is our politicians, might not necessarily be involved with the bad things at the beginning. But because of the corrupt members within, they capture these leaders and they use them. And to extent that when the leader then is used, it either becomes aware but continues doing the wrong. If he's not aware, once this thing is made, is brought to his or her attention, and that leader is expected to pull back and then start asking questions. And a classic example of that is me saying, yeah, that Minister Mkhwanazi was new in the organization. I believe, I'm still saying, yeah, Honorable Sangol, that Minister Mkhwanazi was captured to end up writing that letter. But he doesn't accept that. He owns it. Yes, I understand. He typed the letter in his own iPad. The iPad that when he came here and the others said the information was deleted because they went to erase, when the information was taken by the team that was investigating, gadgets were taken. The gadgets were taken, and when the gadgets were analyzed, the information was deleted. All of them are deleted. Minister deletes information from the government document. They delete it. But as I said before, you delete, we retrieve. So we have the information. We know that indeed, he's right. He is an author of the letter. He wrote the letter. He typed it himself. He sent it to his chief of staff. Chief of staff sent it to the PA. What sits in the letter is an electronic signature. It's not Mkhwanazi signing it. It's a secretary that places the signature there. The document comes back to the minister. Minister instructs that distribute. And the chiefs of staff distribute. We then feel, okay, that's how it lands to Mkhwanazi, because while it's distributed to the official email address, there's a private email address where the same document is sent to by the chief of staff on the same day. So I still believe, I'm still convinced that Minister Mkhwanazi was made to do what he did. He was made to do what he did. So it's many other leaders that are made to do what they do. But some of them, then they find joy in it and they go with it. But when we put here the issue of politicians participating, is because politicians become enabler. Because in the instance of the minister is controlling the organization. For the minister to write a letter and stop the filling of vacancies, and suddenly a year down the line, we have no head of crime intelligence because of that letter. If the minister decides shut down this team, and the process is undertaken to shut down the team, that is to compromise investigation. Honorable Chair and members, when Kumal and them were arrested, that entire CGI ops operation came to a standstill. Those junior members couldn't sleep at home, could not get paid, could not do anything because the money and resources needed to come from crime intelligence, and they put a stop on it. Honorable Adams is not here now. Millions of rands were spent by crime intelligence from the secret fund account between the time Kumal was arrested and the time when they came back. That they are busy auditing now to try and justify before the Auditor General, when the Auditor General is going to come and audit. So that shows